say you're looking to buy or sell a home. I mean, things are getting a little nutty out there with the apparently there was a big thing. They seem to think it was a big thing. I don't think it'll be that big a deal, but we'll see. With the real estate, they're saying, "Oh, now everyone can negotiate your percentages, right? So you don't have to do 6% commission anymore. Instead, now you can negotiate that." And then I'm thinking to myself, well, okay, how exactly is that different than the way it's always been? I mean, there are folks out there who who are doing, fixed fees and who are doing very low commission and all the rest. It's not clear to me how that's so much different than the way it's been actually for quite a while. So, I mean, maybe it's a big deal. Okay, that'd be great if it's a big deal, I guess. Um, but one of the things, you wonder, what is the consequence going to be when, um, when you got realtors out there. You don't have as many realtors, right? You don't have as many people out there who are going to be fighting and trying to get trying to get your house sold and all the rest of it because now it's all the 1% commission. I mean, is that one more thing that we're expecting AI to do, right? Are you expecting artificial intelligence to sell your home? And if you're buying or selling, how do you know that you're dealing with somebody who actually knows what they're doing? And you say, well, wait a second. I'm not dealing with people who know what they're doing as it is. And I say, you got me there. Fair. Oh, fair point. Because I like complain about people. I mean, one of the things that gets me is how folks will do the do-it-yourself thing. The do-it-yourself thing with regard to their estate planning. And I say, really, when you just do a ladybird deed, or you just do a will, or you just do something else, that's a problem because it's very very few times. It's like think about your personal relationships. Think about your spouse. What if you just remembered um the Valentine's Day, right? Well, or all you have to do. Don't you love these things? This is the way everybody sells things, right? It's like, well, you just have to. If you're fat, you just have to sit in a chair and twist around a little bit. Well, you just have to do this, or you just have to plug that thing in the wall, and your whole house will be like it was clean, right? Or you just have. Well, how often does it turn out that it's just anything? You know what I'm saying? Is it's just this or it's just that? Usually, there's a lot more to it. And generally speaking, when you don't understand what's going on, it's very easy to fall into the trap of just this or just that. So here but the problem with that is, here's the problem. The problem with that is, you say, okay, well, I don't. Let me make it personal. It's like my own health. Okay, and I've gotten good news on that front. Incidentally, those of you who are following the epic tale of my thyroid cancer and all the rest, that's actually got some good news. So very a lot more optimistic than I had been. But anyway, it's like, if you rely on the doctor. You don't you say, and most guys are like this, right? I think, oh, it's a sprain. The bone is sticking out, and you're like, well, it's a bad sprain. Just give me some ace bandage, that'll take care of it, right? But then you say, well, yeah, the bone is sticking out. Maybe I should go to see a doctor about that one. Um, and the thing is, you want to, when that happens, right? When you decide to rely on the professional, then what happens is you sort of flip over and you just assume that what they're saying is correct, which you may not be right about that. See, I'm not offering any like total solution here, right? I'm just suggesting that there's a problem with our uh, you want to call it do it yourself approach, whatever, and relying on a professional is not necessarily going to get you 100% of where you need to be, because just personally, I did that. I did that. I said, "Well, here are my symptoms. What do you think?" "Oh, I think you're too stressed. Stop that radio show on Sunday morning." "Yeah. Well, I'm not going to do that. So, okay, well, then you're going to have these symptoms." "Okay, fine." Well, it turns out there was I I actually enjoy this. uh, and that wasn't the problem at all. It was something much different. Okay, fine. But do you see, it's the same way. Like, you think you're going to take care of yourself, like whatever it may be, whether it's selling a house or doing your estate plan or fixing the electrical system in your house. You think, hey, I can handle this. I got it. I can figure it out. But I just need to put another circuit in the family room, or I just need to do whatever it may happen to be. And just is rarely sufficient, is what I'm saying. And the other side of that problem, and this is just the world we're living in, is you go to people who you think know and who you believe you have every right to expect will know. And either they don't, or they don't tell you, or what. You have to own your situation. This is what I'm saying. You have to own your situation, okay? Or be willing to suffer the consequences, because there will be negative consequences, like with health. Okay, the doctor tells you something, right? Well, you may feel a little bit foolish double checking that, or you may feel like, oh, if I get a second opinion, then the doctor won't think I trust him or her or whatever else. Okay, they may think that. Yeah, yeah, they may, but you still got to do it, okay? Or keep asking the questions until there are no more questions to ask. You got to do that, because if you don't, you're going to go down the path. Now, the problem is, right? And this is just with this realtor thing, where they say, okay, um, forget about the 6% commission. All right, we're going to destroy this whole infrastructure, the whole way we've done things for quite a while. Forget about all that. We're going to do something else. What exactly else it is we're going to do, we don't know yet. But it's all going to be different. Well, okay, maybe that's a good thing, but maybe it isn't either. All right, that's all I'm saying is, it's like, you gotta be you gotta be careful about this stuff. You gotta be inquiring about this stuff. You gotta be actively, and just because it seems like a good idea, right? Just because it seems like a good idea, does that make it a good idea? Right? And are you honest enough to look at the consequences of what's going on? Right? I mean, and you just see it everywhere. People rush to do the easy thing. And y look at, just recently, there was this whole medical marijuana thing, and it's not medical, it's the recreational stuff, right? Gummies and all the rest of it. I was just told um, a client was saying how a friend of theirs, younger guy, went to get life insurance, and they asked about his use of that stuff, and he was honest about it. I guess he uses quite a bit of the edibles and all the rest of the stuff. Well, then he gets back the quote for life. Now this guy's pretty healthy guy, younger guy, pretty healthy guy, right? All the rest of it. And the quote for life insurance was like 10 times what he expected. And the answer was, because he's putting down all the stuff that he's like, well, it's legal, it must be okay. That is not how the insurance companies look at it. Okay. Your life insurance is going to cost you 10 times as much, or some ridiculous factor more, because that stuff is really bad for you. Now, you can't say that it's bad for you, apparently, because everybody wants to do it, or whatever the political correctness is. But that's the thing. You really got to look at this stuff, whenever you want to do something.